The Beginner's Guide to Yoga for Men. 7 Reasons Men Should Do Yoga. 1. Relieves stress. We all find ways to deal with stress. But Terence Monti, a managing teacher at Pure Yoga, says, going to amped-up gyms or punching a punching bag can make you more aggressive or more tired. Yoga, on the other hand, employs a number of relaxation techniques, which, with regular practice, can make you calmer overall. Sadie Nardini, host of Rock Your Yoga, adds, along with training your body, yoga trains your mind to see the bigger picture and act from integrity instead of freaking out. If you want to be more James Bond than Charlie Sheen, get yourself on the mat. Being forced to unplug from text, calls, and email for 60 to 90 minutes doesn't hurt either. 2. Get flexible. Most series of yoga asanas, physical postures, include one or more spinal twists to loosen the many joints that make up your spine. This can improve your tennis game and golf swing, as well as promote detoxification and good digestion. Yogi Cameron Alborizan, Ayurvedic healer, yoga guru, and author of The One Plan, says, think of the body as a sponge filled with dirty sink water. Gentle twists help to wring the sponge out and purge toxins. 3. Build more muscle. Yoga widens range of motion and increases access to more muscle fibers, allowing for more substantial hypertrophy in any given muscle group, says Kate Abate, a certified trainer and yoga teacher. Hypertrophy is when a muscle is enlarged because its cells are enlarged. It's basically muscle growth on a cellular level. If you supplement your regular lifting routine with yoga classes, you'll be able to activate ignored sections of muscle. For example, take the serratus anterior or boxer's muscle, which is located under your armpit and over the side of your ribs. This muscle provides stability for your shoulders and is a base for developing deltoids and pectorals. Making your serratus anterior pop will help your abs look ripped, and you can get at it with yoga. 4. Prevent workout injuries. Most yoga classes begin with a reminder to honor your body's particular needs and limits on that particular day. This basic ability to scan and assess yourself as you practice will help reduce the incidence of injury when running or playing other sports. Plus, flexible, well-stretched yoga muscles will heal and recover more quickly after working out or getting strained. 5. Have better sex. A study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found yoga to seriously enhance a woman's experience in the bedroom via greater lubrication and more powerful orgasms as a result of strengthening the pelvic floor muscles. For guys, yoga helps reduce anxiety and increases body awareness and confidence, and it speeds the release of hormones that boost arousal and increase blood flow to the genital area, which is important for erections. 6. Calm your mind. In the midst of a jam-packed schedule, committing to the relaxed space of a yoga class might be the only way for some guys to slow down and breathe right. A 2013 review found that yoga relieves mild clinical depression, even in people that didn't take antidepressants. The ancient Indian practice also was found to help better sleep better and longer. Furthermore, a study in the Journal of Physical Activity and Health found that 20 minutes of hatha yoga stimulates brain function more than walking or jogging on the treadmill for the same amount of time. 7. Smell better. Seriously. Michael Hewitt, founder of Sarva Yoga Academy, says yoga is very much about waste removal. Pheromonally, regular practice is more effective than cologne, he says. Exhaling and sweating help get rid of toxins during class, so that afterward, your sweat really will smell sweeter. After a class, says Hewitt, your body is cleaner, more confident and focused than when you walked in. Now that you've found out why you regularly do yoga, it's time to lay down the mat and start opening up your hips, and every other joint too. But before you do that, remember these 3 beginner tips. The 7 best beginner yoga poses for men. 1. Mountain, Tadasana. Why you should do it. Simple but effective, mountain pose builds a solid foundation for all other standing poses. It strengthens and returns flexibility to your feet, improves your posture, and works your thighs and core. How to do it. Stand with your big toes touching and heels slightly apart. Balance the weight evenly on your feet and lift up the arches. Engage the thigh muscles slightly to lift up the kneecaps, but avoid locking your knees. Pro tip. With every inhale, imagine lengthening your spine by stretching your head toward the ceiling. Keep your shoulders relaxed and your shoulder blades drawing down your back. 2. Tree, Vrksasana. Why you should do it. Like other standing balance poses, tree pose will improve your focus while strengthening the muscles in your ankles, calves and thighs. It also stretches the inner thigh and groin muscles on the bent leg. How to do it. Shift your weight onto your right foot, pressing it firmly onto the floor. Bend the left leg at the knee and place the sole of the left foot on your inner right thigh. Point the toes toward the floor. If this is difficult, you can also place the sole of the foot on the inner calf or ankle, but avoid the knee. Bring your palms together in front of your chest and keep your weight centered over the left foot. Press the right knee back to open the groin while keeping your hips parallel to the front of the room. Release the foot and repeat on the other side. Pro tip. To improve your balance, keep your attention on the floor a few feet in front of you. 3. Standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Why you should do it. Standing forward bend can calm your mind, while also stretching the hamstrings and muscles of the spine. How to do it. Start in mountain pose with your hands on your hips, then exhale, tucking your chin slightly toward your chest and bending forward at the hips. As you fold forward, lengthen the front of your torso to avoid curling the spine. Relax your head, neck and shoulders and let your arms hang loosely. Place your palms or fingertips on the floor beside or slightly in front of your feet. If you can't touch the floor, cross your forearms and grab your elbows. To come out of the pose, bring your hands to your hips and lift up on an inhale. Keep your chin tucked and lengthen the front of your torso as you come back up. Pro tip. If your hamstrings are very tight, bend your knees slightly to let the spine stretch toward the floor. Avoid pulling yourself down with your hands, let gravity do the work. 4. Warrior Eye, Virabhadrasana Eye. Why you should do it. Warrior Eye is often encountered during the sun salutation sequence. In addition to improving your balance, this pose stretches and strengthens the ankles, calves and thighs. It also stretches the chest, lungs, shoulders and groin. How to do it. From mountain pose, step your right foot forward and lift your arms overhead. Turn your left foot 45 to 60 degrees to the left. Bend your right knee until it is over the ankle. Bring the hips parallel to the front of the room. Arch your upper back slightly, lifting your chest up toward the ceiling. Press your palms together, if possible, or keep your hands shoulder width apart with your palms facing each other. Look forward or up at your thumbs. When done, step the right foot back into mountain pose. Repeat on the other side. Pro tip. The most challenging part of this pose is lining up the front heel with the arch of the back foot. If you feel unbalanced, widen your stance. 5. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Why you should do it. Downward facing dog, another pose found in the sun salutation sequence, strengthens the legs and arms, while stretching the calves, hamstrings, shoulders, hands and wrists. How to do it. Start on your hands and knees, with your hands just in front of your shoulders and your knees directly below your hips. Press your hands firmly onto the floor, with index fingers pointing forward. As you exhale, lift your knees off the floor, keeping the knees slightly bent. Stretch your tailbone toward the ceiling to lengthen your spine. Press your heels down toward the floor and your thighs back to straighten your legs. Keep pressing the base of your index fingers into the floor and lift along your arms from your hands to your shoulders. Draw your shoulder blades against your back and down toward your tailbone. When done, drop your knees to the floor. Pro tip. It's okay to keep the knees slightly bent in this pose, focus more on lengthening your spine. Use your triceps to straighten your arms, but keep the shoulders from moving toward your ears. 6. High lunge, crescent lunge. Why you should do it. Also known as crescent lunge, this is similar to warrior eye, except with the back heel lifted and the feet about hip width apart. In this position, you may find it easier to keep your hips parallel to the front of the room, but your leg muscles will work harder to maintain your balance. High lunge will also strengthen the arms and stretch the muscles of the groin. How to do it. Start in downward facing dog. As you exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands, keeping your left knee over the ankle and your feet hip width apart. As you inhale, lift your torso upright and bring your arms out to the side and overhead. If possible, bring your palms together, or keep the hands shoulder width apart with the palms facing each other. Press back through your right heel and lift up through the torso. To come out of the pose, bring your hands to the floor as you exhale and step back to downward facing dog. Repeat on the other side. Pro tip: don't lean forward, keep the torso directly over the hips, and think about sinking your hips straight downward while engaging the back thigh to keep the back leg straight. Don't let the front knee move ahead of the ankle. To give your legs a rest, drop the back knee onto a mat or folded blanket, and focus on the stretch in your groin. 7. Boat, Navasana. Why you should do it. While often known for its ab-busting potential, boat pose also works the deep hip flexors, as well as the spine. When you add in the arms, even your shoulders will get stronger. How to do it? Start seated with your legs extended in front of you. Press your hands into the floor just behind the hips, pointing your fingers forward. Lean back slightly and lift up through your chest, to keep your back from rounding. As you exhale, bend your knees and lift your feet off the floor until your thighs are at a 45-degree angle from the floor. Straighten your legs slowly. When you feel stable, lift your arms off the floor and bring them out in front of you, parallel to the floor with the palms facing each other. To come out of the pose, lower your legs and arms as you exhale. Pro tip: if your hamstrings are tight, keep the knees bent so you can maintain the neutral shape of the spine, similar to as if you were sitting in a chair. For a more intense workout, lift your arms overhead. Start your journey to conquering yoga today. Thank you for watching the video.